For such a time as this, the Queen Esther story, the Book of Esther. Queen Esther's story is a timeless tale of bravery, faith, and divine purpose. Set in the ancient Persian Empire, it centers around a Jewish woman named Esther, who rises from humble beginnings to become the Queen of Persia and ultimately a savior of her people. Esther was an orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai in the bustling city of Susa. Through a remarkable series of events, she is chosen to be queen by King Xerxes, a position that gives her access to the royal palace but does not protect her from the challenges ahead. Even though Esther was queen, she kept her Jewish identity secret, as Jews were a marginalized people in the kingdom. At the heart of Esther's story lies a looming threat. Haman, a high-ranking official in King Xerxes' court, harbored a deep hatred for the Jewish people. His anger towards Mordecai, who refused to bow to him, led Haman to devise a plan to exterminate all Jews in the kingdom. A royal decree was issued, and the fate of the Jews seemed sealed. This is where Esther's courage shines. Mordecai urges her to use her position to plead with the king for the salvation of her people. Esther, aware of the danger, for even approaching the king without being summoned could mean death, hesitates, but eventually rises to the challenge. In one of the most powerful moments of the story, Mordecai tells her, "Who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" Esther 4:14. After 3 days of fasting and prayer, Esther courageously approaches the king. Through a series of carefully orchestrated banquets, she exposes Haman's plot to kill the Jews. The king, enraged by this revelation, orders Haman's execution and grants the Jews the right to defend themselves. Esther's wisdom, grace, and courage lead to the deliverance of her people. For Christian women, Esther's story is a profound example of faith in action. Her journey teaches us that God often places us in positions of influence and purpose, even when we feel unworthy or fearful. Esther was not chosen because of her royal status, but because of her heart and willingness to act when the moment called for it. Her life reminds us of the importance of standing up for righteousness, seeking God's guidance in times of uncertainty, and trusting that we are where we are for a reason. Like Esther, we are called to act with courage and faith, knowing that God's hand is at work in our lives, even in the most challenging circumstances. Esther's story encourages women to embrace their God-given influence and to be fearless in the face of adversity. We are each called in our own ways to serve others and fulfill a greater purpose, for such a time as this.